It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
The Juice.
the Juice.
Yay! I don't remember the last time I've been on here, but I'm ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
Why are you so excited?
Because I haven't been on the show for a long time.
Why don't you talk normally and not like a fucking baby? Ridiculous. I brought you on the show for a very special reason.
Why? Tell me why.
Because I wrote a story.
Yay!
And originally, some inmates, many years ago, asked me to read them a bedtime story. And they were joking, and they were kind of being wise asses. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'll be back in a few. And then I left their room, and I finished what I was doing, and then I came back. And then I told them the story that I had written in my head. And they liked it so much that I decided to turn it into a real book.
Is it going to go to the library?
I don't know.
Is it a kid-friendly story for kids to read?
It's kind of kid-friendly, but I don't know. It's kind of dark. And here it is.
And 3, 2, 1, start.
And now, story time. I give to you Brave Brother Rabbit by the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin. In the backyard of an old farmhouse, in the middle of the grass, in a burrow underground, lived a family of rabbits. There was Mother Rabbit with gray fur and long whiskers. Brother Rabbit, gray as well, who was the oldest of her children. Sister Rabbit, who was brown and had small ears. And a litter of little bunnies who were too small to leave the burrow by themselves. One day, as the rabbit family was nestled in their burrow, eating their lunch, the walls began to shake. There was a loud rumbling that seemed to come closer, then get farther away. Then it would come closer again, and get further away once more. All the little bunnies would cry and hide together in their corner of the burrow. Mother Rabbit would comfort them while the sound would rumble overhead. Sister Rabbit would sit behind Brother Rabbit while he watched towards the entrance to their home. All the little bunnies cried and shivered. Mother Rabbit tried to calm them, but they were inconsolable. Sister Rabbit asked, "What do you think that is?" Brother Rabbit said, "I don't know, but I'm going to take a look." "No, you're not," Mother Rabbit exclaimed.
This is kind of like Peter Rabbit a little.
A short time later, the rumbling was gone, and the walls of the burrow were still again. Brother Rabbit went out to the top of their burrow and looked around. Sister Rabbit followed behind him and asked, "What do you see?" Brother Rabbit turned back towards her and said, "There's nothing there. What it was is gone." "I'm scared," Sister Rabbit said. "Don't worry, sister. I'll be brave for all of us." "How will you do that?" she asked. "If the rumbling comes back, I'm going to venture out to see what it is," he said. Days passed by and the rabbit family happily went about their lives. The bunnies went outside of the burrow to bask in the sunlight every morning. Mother Rabbit sat by the entrance of the burrow and watched them cheerfully playing. Brother Rabbit, on the other hand, would hop across every inch of the yard looking for whatever made the rumbling noise. He saw birds, squirrels, and the farmer's dog. "None of these things make sounds like what we heard," he said to Sister Rabbit. "Maybe it's gone for good. Maybe the farmer's dog chased it away," she said. Mother Rabbit heard this and called all her children back to the burrow. While eating a fine carrot stew for lunch, she turned to Brother Rabbit and said, "I heard what you said about trying to find out what that horrible noise was that scared us all the other day. I want you to just forget about it. We're all safe, and that is what's important, so don't you go tempting fate. You're too brave for your own good, and you're going to get yourself hurt." Brother Rabbit just looked at her. "I'm not scared of rumbles, Mother," he said. "Not another word about it," she scolded him.
Oh my God.
That night, as Brother Rabbit laid in bed, His mind raced, thinking about the possibility of what the noise could be. He pictured all kinds of different animals, but none of them had ever made a sound like what he'd heard that day. Confusion set in, and his brain began to ache. "This is driving me nuts. What caused the walls to shake like that?" he asked himself. "I don't know anything that would make a noise like that," he said. "First thing tomorrow morning, I'm going out in the yard to investigate," he thought. Then he drifted off to sleep. All night, he dreamt about the noise and rumbling walls of their burrow. There were images of his family hiding in fear while he would crawl bravely towards the entrance to their home. He envisioned climbing out of the hole, but before he could see anything outside, he awoke. Drenched in sweat and twisted up in his covers, he shot out of bed and ran right for the entrance of their burrow. He peered across the yard, but there was nothing to see. Just birds chirping and green grass all around. "I wish I knew what that noise was yesterday," he said. Over the next few nights, he would have similar dreams. Each time he would awake without any clues, having seen only a dark haze that growled loudly. He would then get up and go outside to look around, but nothing was there. On this morning, Sister Rabbit had followed him up. She nudged his back and asked him, "What are you doing?" He turned around and said, "I'm investigating, because I'm determined to figure out what made the noise that day." "Well, whatever it was is gone now, so why don't you just relax already?" she said. Brother Rabbit just turned back around and continued gazing vigilantly across the yard. The next day, they were sitting down for breakfast. Just as they were all about to dig into their carrot cake, the rumbling returned.
Oh, no.
It got closer, then farther away. The walls shook as it approached again. The little bunnies all scampered off to hide in their room, with Mother Rabbit close behind them. Sister Rabbit hid underneath their kitchen table, while Brother Rabbit slowly crawled towards the entrance of the burrow. "You stop right there, mister. You're going to get yourself hurt," Mother Rabbit shouted. The rumbling continued, and the walls would shake and shake. Soon thereafter, the sound got further away, until there was no trace of it at all.
Ooh, this is kind of dark.
Later that afternoon, Brother Rabbit ventured out to the entrance to their burrow. He saw the farmer's dog. He decided he was going to ask him about the noise.
Oh, no, don't, that's a dog.
The farmer's dog was old and half-blind, and barely grumbled out a few words. "All I know is that it's a big red beast that the farmer rides on." This made Brother Rabbit curious. "Red beast," he thought to himself. "I have to see this beast and make it go away." "You the one who keeps leaving chocolate raisins by the back steps?" the farmer's dog asked. "Chocolate raisins?" "Yeah, why?" Brother Rabbit asked. "Mind if I eat some?" the farmer's dog asked. "They're delicious." "I guess not. Have as many as you like," Brother Rabbit stated in a confused tone. Brother Rabbit returned to the burrow to talk to Sister Rabbit. He told her about his conversation with the farmer's dog. "You talked to the farmer's dog? Wow, that's very brave of you," she said. "Better than that," Brother Rabbit said. "He told me that the noise comes from some sort of red beast that the farmer rides on." This information concerned Sister Rabbit, and she immediately went to tell Mother Rabbit. When Mother Rabbit heard this news, she hopped over to Brother Rabbit and began to shout, "Your sister told me that you were talking to the farmer's dog and about this red beast and how you think you're going to try scaring it away." Brother Rabbit looked at the floor, saying, "Well, I just wanted to make things safe for the little bunnies, so we wouldn't have to worry any more." He looked at Sister Rabbit and winced angrily, because she told on him. Sister Rabbit stuck out her tongue at him back. Mother Rabbit made him promise that he would forget about his plans and also to stay away from the farmer's dog. "If you talk to that dog, the farmer may see you and chase you off, or worse," she said. "Worse like how?" Brother Rabbit asked. "He may take you and chop you up and turn you into rabbit stew," she said. Brother Rabbit gulped and looked over at the picture of their family on the wall. "Just like what happened to Daddy?" Sister Rabbit asked. "Yes, exactly. Your poor father was captured in a trap by the farmer, and he's not been heard from since," Mother Rabbit said sadly. "Are you sure, Mama?" asked Sister Rabbit. "I know that gristle-bearded Wrangler jean-wearing old man ate your father for his lunch. His dog told me so." Her eyes welled up with tears. Brother Rabbit promised her that he would stop talking to the farmer's dog and also not try to confront the red beast. However, he had crossed his fingers behind his back while saying it. Not only had the farmer ridden this red beast all over the yard and scared the family, he'd also eaten his father. Now Brother Rabbit wanted to face this rumbling menace more than ever. He went about his day, watching the bunnies frolic in the grass outside their burrow so Mother Rabbit could rest. Recalling this harrowing ordeal of losing their father and hearing of his terrible fate had taken a lot out of her. Sister Rabbit sat just inside the entrance to their burrow, listening to the other bunnies chitter and hop. "You're still going to go after the farmer and his red beast, aren't you?" she asked Brother Rabbit. "You bet your little cotton tail I am," he exclaimed.
Ooh, don't get Sister Rabbit sass.
Days went by. Each time the sun rose, Brother Rabbit sat anxiously, anticipating the rumbling, hoping his chance to face the red beast would arrive. The next morning he awoke to the sound of the now infamous rumbling. He sat perched by the entrance of the burrow. The sound got louder and then quieter, closer, then further away. Suddenly, it stopped. Brother Rabbit walked up to the entrance of their burrow, but before he could poke his head out, the rumbling started again. He sank back down and crawled backwards a bit. "I need to be brave. I need to protect the bunnies," he said. The walls of the burrow shook, and the rest of the family hid in the furthest part of their home.
I'm getting scared of what's going to happen.
He listened as the sound got quieter, then suddenly began coming closer. He felt his heart beating almost out of his chest. The sound grew even closer. He took a big, deep breath. "Now or never, time to stop this once and for all," he said to himself. The walls of the burrow were shaking all around him. The entrance of the burrow echoed the noise, and his ears rang. One last deep breath, and then he charged at the entrance to their burrow. He stood up and said, "Stop this, red bit!" And a lawnmower blade cut off the tips of his ears. He cried out in pain and scampered back into the burrow. The farmer heard this and stopped what he was doing, shutting down his lawn tractor and bringing the rumble to an end. Sister Rabbit crawled up to Brother Rabbit and tried to talk to him, but he was too busy rubbing his injured ears. She nudged him with her nose, but he said nothing. Mother Rabbit hopped over and began caring for his injuries, wrapping them in bandages made of leaves. Despite the horrible fate he had suffered, Brother Rabbit had successfully faced the red beast, putting an end to the shaking of the walls of their burrow. Unfortunately, this was only temporary, and the farmer went about his work. The moral of the story is, choose your battles wisely, because no matter how brave you may be, there is always someone bigger and badder than you. The end.
That was scary. I don't think you should put that at the library because that would be... kids would scream at that.
Sack up. Some stories aren't always happy.
Yeah.
Don't be a puss.
Moo.
Don't be a puss.
Moo. You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
In accordance with my probationary terms from the state of Michigan, here is some community work service I, Brownbeard, give to you, Dear Crabby. Dear Crabby, a couple of years ago, my husband informed me that he likes to dress in women's clothing. Since then, he has read books, is seeing a counselor, and the reality is, he is transgender. He now wears his hair long and has long fingernails. Wonderful. Hope he's a pretty lady. I've tried to be understanding and have gone places with him when he's dressed as a woman. He has met other transgender people who have either made the full transition or are content without it. Well, make up your mind. Which one are you? You got a schwartz hanging there, or how do you do swinging between your legs? Jesus. I allow my husband time with these new friends without me. I did feel weird that he was clothes shopping and going to the movies with his new friends, but I made my peace with it. I've told him that if he decides to change his gender to female, I'll not be able to be married to him. He's on hormones at the moment and has told me plans to start testosterone blockers. I love him, Crabby, but not the woman side of him. Am I unreasonable to put a boundary on my marriage? He thinks if he slowly eases me into the idea that I'll be okay with it. He says I'm his, quote, world, and I should love him no matter what gender he is. Am I being selfish? Somewhere in the Northwest. Well, Northwest, let me tell you something. He doesn't give a fuck about you, because this is about his journey. This is him, not you. So no, you're not being selfish. What you're being is a word I like to call sane. Oh, yeah, hey, all of a sudden I want to grow my hair long and put on lady clothes and gallivant about like a lady. You're not a lady. I mean, not yet. Once you get the surgical fix on your downstairs, maybe. Once you change the plumbing, you'll be fine. But right now, he's still a man. So what you do is you get as many hard, deep dickings as possible from him, if that even happens anymore. Which I guess I'd have to see a picture of you to see what gets him hot and bothered. Maybe he doesn't even want to be a woman. Maybe you're just that lousy of one that you're pushing him in the other direction. He's like, well, you know, I've been stuffing my half-hard cock into this beanbag for the last 25 years, and I'm sick of it. And honestly, at this point, I'm so disgusted at what she's become and who she's made me be that I'm going to get my penis chopped off and let, young, muscular black men put things in my holes. How do you feel about that?
She needs a divorce.
Yeah.
Don't even let him put it in you one more time. Just divorce.
I love that she's not okay with him becoming a woman. Well, I think you just answered your own fucking question. Why are these things always so goddamn rhetorical, but these people can't see the writing on the wall?
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already said, I'm going to totally become a woman. I don't know if she's clinging to the last thread of hope like she's in denial.
She's in denial.
Yeah,
you should need the divorce.
You should probably just fucking walk away. Just, quote, go out for cigarettes one day. Or chocolate or whatever it is that you ladies do when you're not parking cocks in your mouth. I don't know. I'm just an old salty pirate. I just give advice. So to you somewhere in the Northwest, you should probably go out to the store and buy yourself some D-cell batteries and a Toblerone and spend a night watching The Notebook without your husband, soon-to-be wife. And just, rub one out for old time's sake. Send me some pictures of your mashed-up cooter. I'm curious. Next. Dear Crabby, I've been dating Lance for about 2 years now. Terrible idea. We communicate well. Stupider idea. Have great chemistry and are very affectionate with each other. So, you're kissing and hugging, or you guys, fuck a lot? Which one is it? Lance is kind, creative, parentheses, he's an artist. Oh, so he's got no real skills. He's that kid in class that can never stop making doodles in the margins of his notebook, and now he's turned it into a, quote, profession. However, here's a shocker, he lacks ambition. Sounds like he'd make a good deckhand. At least he's not trying to fucking turn himself into a lady like the last guy. I'm a big thinker who wants big things in life. Good for you, bitch. I've traveled extensively and am very involved in the world of academia. Lance works in a bar 3 nights a week and plays video games when I'm not around. I know from our conversations that he's intelligent and capable of doing so much more. Is there any way to motivate him without nagging?
Nope.
No. What you've got is a career single man. He wants nothing to do with you and your academia or your macadamia nuts or whatever you're doing out there in the world with your traveling and your suitcases and your travel lodges and your fancy mints on pillow. Stop fucking trying to hammer a square peg into a round hole. On the other hand, I've dated more ambitious men who turned out to be jerks. Must women have to choose between nice guys who finish last and dominating power mongers? Asking too much in San Francisco. Question mark on asking too much? Well, this may come as a shock to you, but you can't change somebody.
Nope.
You're like, oh my God, tell me the magical formula to make this guy not fucking be such a lazabout anymore because he's so smart and he really gets me. And 2 fucking years you've been seeing him and he's still laying on the couch and playing video games and working in a bar.
Yeah, you're not going far with him.
Is he just one day going to wake up and stumble upon some sort of spiritual epiphany where he's like, oh my God, I should have been doing this. I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to become the head of the sociology department at left-wing pussy-ass douchebag university. Yes, academia. I mean, fuck you. You're probably a college professor who's super uptight and you're into something like women's studies. Yank, yank, yank. Fuck off. Stupid. Fucking San Francisco. Here's the thing. I think you're desperate for anyone to give a shit about you because your dusty cooch has not been getting used for a while, and that window of opportunity is getting so small that it's basically a peephole and you're hitting panic mode, because I'm willing to bet that she's at the stage in life where her biological clock is ticking like a metronome played through the speakers at a concert at the Superdome.
Mm-hmm.
Just echoing off the walls. Chick talk, fuck me, baby. Oh my fucking God. Why don't you go to the store, get yourself a 40, a Colt 45, and then just go anywhere and find some dude and say, here's the deal. I've got this boyfriend. He's a lazy bitch. He just plays video games. Bend me over your couch. Trust me, it sounds a little bit risky and maybe not the best advice. You'll thank me later. Hopefully not in person or by letter, because I don't fucking care about you.
What up, Ninja? You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
So anyways, we should probably ask you how you've been, because you haven't been on the show in a while. So how are you?
Fine.
Fine. What have you been doing lately?
Playing Roblox with my friends.
What friends? Who are these people? Who are you hanging out with?
Chi-Chi. I've been playing with Chi-Chi a lot. And we had a party at my Meep City house. And then somebody came and asked me if they want to have a fashion show. So I got my fashion show stuff and we had a fashion show.
Nobody has any idea what the fuck that means. No adult listening to this even knows about Roblox. Unless they're a child predator.
This is a child-friendly show.
It is most definitely not, because I say words like fuck, and diarrhea, and afterbirth, and schmushmortion.
Okay, but I'm gonna have a new show. It's called Juice Break. It's gonna be on YouTube, and my first episode is gonna be on March 8th.
That's yesterday.
Oops, I meant today, March 9th. And it'll probably be on YouTube at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's probably not going to fucking happen. Because this show takes precedence over your show. So tell me about this boyfriend you say you have.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble.
What the fuck?
What? I told you about my boyfriend.
The Chi-Chi told me. Your own little sister sold you out. She straight up snitched on you. Anyway, tell me about this little fruity fucker.
He loves me.
He loves you. How do you know that?
Because he says I love you.
When?
At the birthday party.
What birthday party?
My boyfriend's birthday party.
What boyfriend's birthday? What the fuck are you talking about? What else don't I know?
That I hug him a lot.
Tell me about this kid. What's his name? I thought there was another kid.
I love Noah.
You love 2 boys.
Yes.
You are a foul temptress who are only going to leave scars on the hearts of young men.
I'm going to marry one and then I'm going to spend time with both.
Polyamory? You're going to have a polygamous relationship? You're going to be married to one and then have a boyfriend too?
Yes.
You know that's technically illegal?
How's that illegal?
It's called adultery, and it's against the law. A long time ago, a bunch of white guys got together and decided that their God was the best, and then they wrote the Constitution of the United States around their God, the one that I don't believe exists. You know, that Jesus guy? Yeah, they wrote about his dad, and then they made all these stupid rules based upon religion, even though that they were forming a government, not a fucking church. So, yeah, one of the rules is it's against adultery.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's illegal. I mean, it's not like right there in the Constitution. It's antithetical to the notion that you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Because right now you're talking about your own personal pursuit of happiness. But George Washington and the rest of the white boy get-along gang decided a long time ago that, fuck what you think, you're a lady.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can't just be married to multiple people and be stooping around. All of this is going right over your head.
I don't get it.
Yeah, shrug your shoulders, that's right. Anyway, so we got the dirt ball. That's your original boyfriend. And then we got this new kid with the fruity name. Noah.
Don't talk to my boyfriend that way.
I don't even know who he is. I'm fairly confident that no matter what stage of your life you'll ever be in, I will always be tougher than any of your boyfriends or husbands.
You're right. I'll show them karate.
No matter how bigger they are.
Blech.
Tell me about this other fucking kid now. What's he look like?
He has purple glasses. He likes Minecraft like me. He plays Roblox with me sometimes.
Yeah, I'm asking what he looks like, not what his fucking hobbies are. I want to be able to pick him out of a crowd if ever I need to give him a Muay Thai knee right to the fucking mush.
Tiger knee.
Okay.
You've already told me that he's got purple glasses, so he's a computer nerd.
And he has short hair that's brown.
Okay, go on. Any distinguishing marks, tattoos, scars, otherwise, birthmarks, things I should know? Mustache?
Sometimes.
Sometimes what?
Sometimes he has a fake mustache. He sits next to me every day at lunch.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So if I show up for lunch, he'll be an easy mark. I can pick him out real quick.
Okay.
All I gotta do is just look for a kid with purple glasses that's following you like a lost puppy. I'm gonna sneak up with some piano wire and handle my business.
No, you're not gonna kill a boy.
I didn't say I was gonna do that. I just said I was gonna handle my business. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't incriminate me. What else is this little Noah kid like?
He's like a cute little pony.
What?
I said he's like a cute little pony.
What the fuck?
What?
Why is he a cute little pony?
Because whenever I see him, I have dreams that he is a pony.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have dreams about him, do you ever dream about me kicking open your bedroom door and then taking out a few of his teeth with my fist?
No.
You might want to get on that.
Hadouken!
I can't.
I will Freddy Krueger the shit out of this kid. I will haunt him in his dreams. And the entire time that he's having this nightmare of me attacking him, in the background is going to be playing the song Bloodlines by Slayer.
Who's that?
Really? Who's Slayer?
Is he a character from a show?
Yes, Slayer's a character from a show. No, it's a fucking heavy metal band.
Huh?
Huh? Bloodlines. It's a good song.
Don't sing it to me.
So he's going to be sitting there holding your hand, and then all of a sudden, in the background of your nightmare, or your dream, or whatever, the sky's going to turn red, and there's going to be lightning, and then you're going to hear Tom Araya singing, and Kerry King's guitars, and the chorus of the song will play, and it'll go, I'll kill you and your dreams tonight, begin new life, do-do-do-do-do. Bleed your death upon me, let your bloodlines feed my youth.
Yeah, I'll never.
Bleed your death upon me. Bleed your death upon me.
Yeah.
Bleed your death upon me. Let your bloodline feed my youth. It's time for another good idea, bad idea with Jesse the Body. Good idea. Changing things up in the bedroom to keep the relationship fresh. Bad idea. Putting on a ski mask and waiting in the bushes for your wife to come home from grocery shopping because she said she wants you to make the sex more spontaneous to liven things up. So you figured, why not try a rape-themed role-playing game?
Oh, no! Game! No!
Good idea. Singing songs on long road trips to keep yourself awake. Bad idea. Jerking off on long road trips to keep yourself awake. I mean, eventually you're gonna get passed by a semi, or a garbage truck, or, heaven forbid, a school bus. Again.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
Well, guess what?
What?
We've reached the point of the show where it's time to play a game.
It's called RPS Challenge. Boom, I finished it.
You don't even know what we're doing.
What do you mean?
You don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So you're going to be playing the RPS Challenge.
Yeah, like I said.
And you're going to be going up against Graham of It Radio.
Why not Daddy Ivy?
Because you're not. So fuck your face.
Hadouken!
So now I have to look and see what he put for his hands.
Now I'm gonna go peek.
No, you just sit the fuck down.
I didn't even pick
Don't ruin it.
But I want to win the game. I always win games.
Shush. There's a G for Graham and a J for juice. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Blumpkin and Friends proudly brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship of the World! Hand number 1.
Scissors.
You picked a scissors. He picked a scissors. No point.
Darn it!
Hand number 2.
Paper.
You picked a paper. He picked a rock.
I got a point!
That's a point for you.
Woo!
Settle down. Hand number 3.
I'm gonna go with rock.
You went with rock. He went with a rock. No point.
Poop.
Hand number 4.
Dynamite.
Motherfucker. There's no dynamite.
Yes, there is.
There are 3 options.
Pizza Steve said there's dynamite.
The only other option is the back of my hand.
Back of Dad's hand.
Yeah. And that's when it comes across your face. Hand number 4.
Scissors.
You picked a scissors. He picked paper.
No point for me! Woohoo!
So, he's already been mathematically eliminated.
You win!
You already won.
Yeah!
But we still have to play it out.
Boo.
So quit being a nerd.
I'm not a nerd. You're a nerd.
Nerd!
Hand number 5.
Rock.
You picked a rock. He picked a rock. Well, you won. You beat him.
Oh.
You win!
You had 2 points and he had no points. He scored no points.
He's the best player in the whole wide world.
Yeah. Well,
Look at the RPS Wall of Champions. He won, let's see, let me add this on.
you don't know how to read that very well. Yeah, that's because there's a list of champions and then there's tally marks for how many
Times the champions.
No, how many fucking title defenses they hit. You want to let me explain how the goddamn thing works instead of pulling this Miss Know-It-All bullshit and messing
I
up?
see a heart that says Reverend and Daddy Energy.
Are you using real names?
Oops.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin and Friends. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm the Juice.
Good night.